Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Obduction. Let's continue. So I ended last recording saying that I was going to look up the walkthrough to see if this puzzle, this maze, which actually isn't the gauntlet. I was calling it the gauntlet, but the gauntlet was the section before this, had different endings, or if it was just from this point to that point, and then you have to work some other way to get to these points. As you can see now, there is a solution to get to this point, and there is a solution to get to that point. And it took me, even knowing the solution and seeing the walkthrough, still about 30 minutes of just walking and swapping. And I don't really regret not showing you that because, frankly, it's a waste of it would have been a waste of everybody's time. And you're probably still gonna see me struggle to get through this. In the process, I can also confirm there is a way to swap the small circle here, a little bit of lag there, out and see the backside of it. There's nothing on the backside of the sphere though. So if there are any tricks like that to see the backs of some of these spheres, I don't think we're gonna see them. Like, I think they're gonna matter. I don't believe the solution works, however, to go to the other way. So I'm hoping this will take me somewhere else on the maze, or at the very least allow me to unlock another gate or do something. Maybe make a shortcut. Because this is a lot. So there's some kind of elevator right there, and it probably is an elevator that takes us actually, if what I skimmed of the walkthrough is accurate, this may be like the second to last thing we need to do in this area. So we may find that this city is actually, this world is a little bit more simple than Hunrath. I think that we're finding that to be the case for a lot of things. There's nothing even here to work with. And when you have a game where there are items that you can interact with, you always have to wonder about could the character just break the grid a little bit? Could they find a stick and push the button further apart?
I fear for safety. You are not. You are making very bad decisions.
Like, am I making decisions at all? Because I didn't think I was. Like,
You see, the problem is, the beast is trying to kill me. I have weapon, but beast has trap.
I don't even know how to get to this guy. So even if I wanted to help him, I don't know where he is to help him. I thought I was going towards him. So I feel like I may get an ending here simply because I don't know the rules. And we see water, but I don't see anything under the water. And let's face it, if we were doing something under the water, is it water in this world or water in all the worlds? Like, one of the very first things we did when starting here the game was to connect a water wheel or change a path of a water. So I'm doing the same symbol, which seems to be lucky enough to autocorrect to whatever the machine wants, at least most of the time. Still would love to have that cursor, though. On. Is that good enough? Another one of those. It seems like these ships draw some power from the fish. So, is the Velen perhaps absorbing power from the water or the fish, or is it something else? Hey, and we've made a shortcut. So we can get back to this. That really help anything? Not sure it really does. And then it feels still feeling a lot of lag. Since these graphics are high quality, every recording I make is taking about 5 gigabytes for 30 minutes of footage, which that's a lot. That is certainly a lot. Okay. Let me think things through. I don't think this is too bad, a puzzle. If I just rotate this one turn and then come from that angle, I should be able to reach there. So this third point, I think intentionally requires that we open that second point first, which makes sense. You know, while I was spending 30 minutes doing the puzzle, 30 more minutes doing the puzzle, it did occur to me there could have been a panel at the top here to rotate all the pieces and swap out the 5th hidden piece. But still have it disabled by default, and therefore I don't think that's right. Also, I'm gonna hit this again. And that way you would have had to come in here, rotate the puzzle once, solve one of them. Then when you got the first solution, it could have re-enabled the disabled panel, and you could have done the rest of the puzzles without doing so much swapping. Like, this is already a game that's still, even though there's a lot of confusing puzzles and a lot of ways to waste time, still kind of a medium length at most game in my mind. If you know all the solutions, I bet you could run through it in less than a couple hours. So stretching it and making the game go longer isn't a good way to make go. Right. That is not what we wanted. Not what we want. one more turn, I guess. And honestly, this game with editing, even Myst with some editing, would have been a more impactful experience. It would have also probably allowed them to cut out some of the elements in, say, Myst 1, and then put those elements in Myst 2 and have it come out a lot quicker. You being Riven, the sequel to Myst. You can kind of even see that their plans were to always have different names. Like they had another game that was called Guru. So did it start here? The right one. Do I want this? No, I want this. Probably should have only clicked the button once. Swapped. And I just wish this was one button. Just click the button, maybe hold it down for 5 seconds, and then start this entire animation. Have it happen a lot quicker. You could even in the storyline explain why you might see this transition scene when you first arrived, but you don't anywhere else, because you could just say that the distance was a lot longer. I think I've got this. Oh. Nope. That was not what I was going for. Maybe I had it right before. So as you can see, even in an attempt to lower the amount of this that ends up on footage, it's not really working that well. There was probably an incredible amount of testing that was required to make sure there was nowhere you could get stuck. Elevator buttons on every floor, things like that. But when you compare this game to, say, Portal 1, where that entire game is just puzzles and physics-based puzzles and action, it's really no comparison at all. So if it looked that way, I think this is it. I think this is what we want. It's kind of funny, like Portal came out I think 10 years ago now, and yeah, it is 10 years. And people did not learn that lesson well about puzzle games. They certainly made them look good like Portal. They put some story behind them like Portal. But they did not learn the lesson about, hey, how about have some action in this? How about it making it feel like you're actually controlling the character and that the puzzles are moderately solvable. So that isn't it either. I am having a real hard time wrapping this. The way things swap around just doesn't make the most amount of sense to me. And see, I feel like we're not even gonna find Yosef alien on this planet. Seems like he's on a different one. This has to be it, doesn't it? This is like the only one I haven't tried. And I suppose it changes the idea or the thought that maybe CW is a bad guy, although they may all be bad guys. But it defeats the thought that CW and Farley are not human. If we see Yosef and he can't speak at all, unless he's just incredibly bad at English. Why would you make the person who was the mayor of Hoonrath, which seemed to be a majority of English speakers, at least in the two examples we've seen, CW and Farley. This is crazy. I have done, I believe, more than 4 times. So that means I have twice put the wrong answer in. And no wonder this has taken me over an hour to do this puzzle. It's my 3D spatial skills are lacking. I would have argued before this that my 3D spatial skills are probably pretty good for all the video games I've played in my life. But this is driving insane. So it has to be this, right? Or is there possibly just no way to do it at all? Well, look. Get the cursor to align. In all actuality, I guess I just needed to put the puzzle back the way it was. And again, why not just save that information? Yeah, I did. I just really needed the puzzle back the way it was before I made that change. So I can then twist it this way. And finally, at least 6 attempts on a puzzle that should have taken no more than 4 attempts. And clearly very obvious that the game unloads sections. What all these bridges and things are about. Figure this one. And I don't know how many recordings there really are. I think there's probably a lot more than you guess. If I was to walk in front of the screen. I really wish Farley was in the picture though. And I have a lot of bias here because of the way the story. It may very much be that this is the exact opposite story. Go. I can't jump. It looks really nice. This looks like this might be on Earth. Like this could have been Earth. There's only some birds I don't recognize, but those could be Earth animals on Earth. I don't. Walking into a dark area so we can walk around in circles. Again, he said that they live under the water. And this is weird because the water is hitting the wall, which I was wondering if maybe this teleporter is just constantly teleporting things like water and air around in circles. And I think this is just another doorway. Let's see if we can just auto-correct it. Nope. Not exactly. One only gets rid of partial part of it. 0 gets rid of everything. Interesting. What happens if I can figure out a way to do 2 gets rid of all of it. 3 gives you the whole thing. And 4 gets auto-corrected to 0 because it just rolls over. Interesting. Now, where the tree is, I have no idea. I haven't seen it at all. Nor have we seen the bridge that we were supposed to cross. So I feel like we're taking the very long route backwards to find the tree, find the bridge, and move forward. See, this path looks clear now, and I think we might be good. Just step in a machine. No trigger, no button. Hey, and the game crashed. So brace your ears. Figure this out. So we've got to relaunch it. Checking, make sure I have all of the thing. Brace your ears. Once again. Hey, this is more lit up now. Come to look at it. The space area is more lit up. Zoom game. And hopefully it doesn't crash again. Otherwise, that's gonna kind of suck. Seems like we're good. That Cyan logo is pretty much the exact same logo they've had from the beginning. Some slight changes, I'm sure. And see, you're supposed to have a smooth experience as you go through this, and I imagine you couldn't have gone through this until you'd opened all the doorways. Or maybe you would have just bounced back. I wonder if we're gonna end up going through a wall, or just, well, we see some actual firefight happening here. Interesting. So the red lasers, the blue lasers, like the red pages, the blue pages. This war, you can see some smoke over there. I can see a swap platform over here. And on these sides, seems like nothing. Let's turn this back to run. My cursor is back. It seems to work half the time and not the other half. Very loud waterfall. See, that it'd be really ridiculous if the game killed us. We just got shot. I would be taking Cyan games and Myst-like games in a different direction if there were multiple people that played characters you played as. That's more like Maniac Mansion. See, that seems like it's going straight to the center of the planet. And this electronics does kind of have a fish scale like appearance to it, so I wouldn't be really surprised if these were some kind of fish creatures. And there's some platforms here, but doesn't seem like I can interact with them. And see, there's platform this way. The platform this way. There's a dot missing. So I don't know. Like that dot is intentionally and totally missing. Okay. And there's all kinds of numbers here in regular English language / Russian themes. So it does feel like these aliens are abducting you people and putting them in pods. And then I guess I've got to figure out a number to put here. And that might explain why there's a number missing. I see an alien. Some species. And I see what looks like a platform. And see maybe these are just lights. So that was 1916. And this is 6. Okay. So either this is a attempt to protect people, or this is just downright they are feeding off of them. But who's to say this isn't the battery plan? I don't know. The problem is to even get out of this area. There's gonna be more of the even with the cursor in free roam mode, not proving to be super easy. Guess I have to click in the middle to break these. See, that's a 4. That's like a humanoid. There's 3s, but I don't see anybody in the 2s or the 1s. So it's hard not to believe the Yosef alien. Like, maybe it is the Yosef alien that's doing these things, but clearly somebody is putting somebody in pods for some reason. And I bet there's even a storyline reason if I had read some of the story to explain some of that. But in the game crashed, of course, we're running the beta, and for all fairness, games crashing like once in gameplay is unacceptable, but it's getting sort of common. Video games, PC gaming in particular, and it mostly runs smooth except for the little hitches. So I would still probably say play the beta now if you have to pick. Hopefully by the time it is no longer a beta, it will fix that crash and the cursor issue and the lack of smooth. One would hope all those things. I'm not sure if that's really the case. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.